morning, and we're going to be talking about sports right now, particularly pickleball. Yes, it has gained popularity all over the world in the last couple of years. I remember doing a pickleball story myself at Queen Elizabeth Park several years ago. We're going to bring in Mona Lee right now, the president of the Vancouver Pickleball Association. Thanks for joining BT this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Mona, the local pickleball community, you're the president of the Vancouver Pickleball Association, wants dedicated courts because it's tough right now, especially during the pandemic with COVID-19, to have a separate space for pickleballers. So why don't you tell us a bit about the pickle that your association is in right now? Forgive the pun.
Oh, well, we started a pilot project with Park Board to put dedicated pickleball lines on a tennis court, but we don't have any nets. And so during COVID, because we can't physically touch the nets and set it up and tear it down, we have to bring our own nets. And with COVID happening right now, a lot of people can't afford to buy a net. And so what they're doing right now is they're either not playing or they're driving to other municipalities who do have permanent nets for pickleball players to use.
Talk to us about the popularity in terms of the age range and how many people are part of your association. This is a huge sport locally and globally.
Yes, this sport appeals to all age groups from children all the way to grandparents. A whole family can play pickleball on the court. And we're happy to say that we have over 630 pickleball players in Vancouver right now and 0 dedicated courts. And we need a place to play.
And talk to us about some of the ways people are getting creative with their own nets when ones are not provided.
Well, just the other day when I was at Queen Elizabeth Park, these guys came in, they didn't have a net. So what they did, they just propped their bicycle right in the middle of the court and played pickleball. And the next day after that, someone actually made a pickleball net out of pieces of wood and a gardening net. Wow. And it was absolutely amazing. And it worked.
Yeah, pretty creative, although not exactly ideal for your association or for the game. And then about the confusing lines on the court when it comes to, dealing with tennis players as well. Can you talk to us a bit about that?
Yes, as you can see, the tennis lines do overlap the pickleball lines, and there's confusion in that. And then we don't want to compete for the space with tennis players. We would love our own permanent space because it's confusing for players, and it would just be ideal if we had our own court.
Now, the city is providing some nets as well for pickleball players, but there's a bit of an issue with those as well, I'm told.
The city has provided us with 4 portable temporary nets on the court, which is fantastic. However, as you can see, they're so fragile that as soon as it's windy, they will fall down. And also, it's hard to prevent damage or theft if we leave it out on the courts 24/7.
Okay, now you've got a petition going out there right now that's circulating. You can get it on the Vancouver Pickleball Association Facebook page, but you gathered a lot of support to get dedicated courts for pickleball.
Yes. After my interview the other day with David, I set up a petition, and within 24 hours, we received over 500 signatures, and we're hoping for more. So if you just want to hop onto Vancouver Pickleball Association on Facebook, there's a link right there, and also our website at vancouverpickleball.ca.
Okay, and what's the next step when it comes to fighting for your rights as a pickleball player and an association?
Well, the next step is we're going to just sit here and wait patiently for the Park Board and let them know that we as a community are willing to help, to do anything we can to help get dedicated courts for the people of Vancouver, because too many people are driving to other municipalities to play. They're hopping in their car and driving to Surrey, to Cloverdale, to Delta. Why not here in Vancouver?
Well, I know pickleball players are some of the most patient bunch, so that's good to hear. We'll make sure we direct people to your Facebook page so they can support that petition if they would like. And we hope to see you on the court soon, Mona.
Thank you. You're welcome to come.
All right, you take care. That's Mona Lee, the president of the Vancouver Pickleball Association. And they are looking for support to get dedicated courts and nets and lines so it's not too confusing for tennis players as well. All right, we'll be back with more